Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing the Volvo EX90. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Volvo here in Salt Lake City, Utah, for giving me some time with this EX90. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Now there's no engine to look at because this is fully electric, we just have a front trunk here, but anyways, 510 horsepower, 671 pound-feet of torque, 296 miles of range on a charge, 111 kilowatt-hour battery pack, and a dual electric motor setup. Now before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now when it comes to the hood, it's actually pretty normal in terms of Volvo styling. What's not so normal. Anyways, popping down below, you guys can see here with the headlight design. Again, it's Volvo-esque, but kind of futuristic too. And then the front end's all closed off for aerodynamic efficiency. Pretty cool setup. So our tire wheel setup is 265 by 45 by 21 in the front, and then 295 by 40 by 21 in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you got the silver with the blacked out trim there in the center. I think it looks pretty sharp if you ask me. Love the cut there in the fender. Then you guys can see with the rest of the bodywork there on the side. Like the mirror cap being darker than the rest of the body. But anyways, there's your side profile, which again, it's slightly different, but not a huge departure from Volvo's normal styling. Now this has a Tesla-like key fob with the card, and then you have this other little thing as well. So kind of interesting. But anyways, going over to the hatch. Where is the... Okay, I found it. It is in fact down here. You just kind of gotta search for it for a second, and then boom, it's right there. Anyways, storage space here in the back. Pretty darn good, actually. You can see there's the cup holders here for the third row. They also have vents there in the back, which is nice. And yes, you do in fact have a third row. Thing to note about this third row: headroom, not horrible, but a little bit tighter. Same thing with legroom, so reserve it for kids. Pretty typical. Again, this is kind of like an XC90 but electric. This is cool for the seats. And then also the suspension in the back to raise and lower it. That's nice. Anyways, when you're all done, they do give you a traditional button there, so easy enough. So here's a quick look at the taillight design. Again, Volvo-esque, but also kind of like a futuristic change. And other than that, that's the rest of the rear. Now this leads us inside, where, see, you've got this nice soft touch and stitching up top, down below with the trim. This is cool too. And then here are the seats. Nice trim all over. Quickly pop in. Got a storage pocket here. And then you guys can see with the heated seats, got our own climate zone as well, some vents, and then we do have a glass roof up top. Now this leads us inside, where you can see we've got soft touch here with the stitching and the wood trim down below. This is nice. You can see all of the controls here, like this is for the door, for example. Very interesting. Look at that. What in the mirror? Oh, it's got like a camera on it. That is so weird. It's got blind spot monitoring too. This is a weird car. Anyways, here are the front seats. Very tight with the bolstering. And then the seat adjustment's interesting. It's very minimal. That's for all the adjustment that you need. More nice trim here on the dash. So take a look at the steering wheel. We've got soft touch all around, and you've got practical controls up front for like driving assist, for example, voice command controls. And then you can see here's the turn signal stock. We do have a column shifter. It's kind of interesting. You push in for park, but pretty normal setup. And then they do give you a gauge cluster, which is nice. So it shows you general information like your range and your speed and all of that. Now in reverse, we do have a 360 camera system. You can do different views. This is like the bird's eye view, but you can also do traditional view if you want to. But I thought this was kind of funny because like when you pop from reverse to drive, it just kind of changes the lines there. But yeah, this screen overall is pretty easy to use. It's got a little shortcut bar there at the bottom. Also for the climate, you got heated seats, heated steering wheel with this. Pretty self-explanatory. And then you do have the car tab too. So like, look at that. Yeah, glove box built into the screen, which is interesting. But like the one pedal, you got auto, got a performance all-wheel drive mode as well. And then you can go deeper into everything with the settings. So like, for example, driving, you can change everything in here with that as well. So I don't know, they made things pretty easy. Oh, and I think it's worth mentioning, here's kind of what the screen looks like on the dash. And then speaking of the dash, it's nice with the kind of trim all around. They do give you a physical volume control, which is nice. Phone charging pad. And then there's a bunch of storage underneath here, which is nice. Got some cup holders here. See that trim piece. Center console. Nice trim here on the top. And then we've got just a regular rear view mirror and then a big glass roof up top. So, EX90, Performance, Ultra, yada yada yada. Anyways, $93,840 is the total MSRP on this 3-row luxury SUV. See how it performs. Well, Volvo EX90. This is kind of an interesting car. I will say, like, I'm just gonna say here, one thing that I am not fond of with electric cars is, I'm moving back so you can come through here, maybe. One thing I'm not fond of with electric cars is how I feel like manufacturers feel like they have to shake things up with them, where they like have to change something drastically excuse me, with the style of the car, just like something, you know. And why is the screen not turning on? Weird. But yeah, seriously, it's like they can't just do like the normal interior and everything that they've always done and then just have the car have an electric powertrain. I don't know, but then the other thing to note is it seems like whenever manufacturers do that, right? Like Volvo's done that, like with the XC40. It's like you got the regular XC40 and then you have the XC40 with the electric, and it seems like people don't like them as much. So maybe the disconnect is with me, where people that buy electric cars do want different than people that buy ICE cars. But I don't know. I also am confused as to why this screen is not turning on, because I got into the car like normal, and yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird. The van behind me almost didn't get. They were like, "Oh, I'm just gonna keep going through." They're like, "Oh, fire truck." Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I'm confused why the screen isn't working, or maybe it is working and I don't know. This drive's nice. It's very smooth. Tons of power. Tons and tons of power. I have it on the auto, by the way, for the regen, and it's kind of interesting. Like, sometimes it starts to regen, other times it's like, it's just kind of like letting it coast. It's weird. It's like going, it's not jarring, by the way. I do want to emphasize that. It's not jarring at all. It's just strange to experience. I will say though, really smooth. Yeah, see, like right now it's coasting. So it's kind of like driving like a regular car. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I was gonna get an acceleration, but we got a slow baroo in front of us, so that ain't happening anytime soon. Gotta let them go by first, and then we'll be able to get up and move a little bit here. Oof, that was just like partial throttle, and it felt like it had something. We'll get another one. Yeah, the regen system's like weird. It just kind of comes, like right now it's just coasting. Huh. This is a strange driving experience. I will say that. But it's very comfortable. So I think that's a big plus. Acceleration here. Oh! Yep, that's it's got some pep in its step. Ooh, head rush a little bit. So the EX90 is it's a 3-row electric car. Basically, it's an XC90, but just electric. I like it though. It's It's pretty cool. I really want to see if I can, I don't know if I need to like park the car and then, here, we're going back here anyways. Let's just quickly check this. See, there was like massive regen. I let my foot off the, yeah, see now it's being like weird. Auto is weird. I mean, it kind of makes sense in a parking lot. Huh. Super strange. Okay, right, let's just park right here. Yeah, I don't know. I just work here, folks. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about the EX90.